It was a football tournament opening ceremony that has become familiar. These disque dances are synonymous with all things to do with football and the World Cup. Young football stars from as many as 8 countries gathered at the Dobsonville Stadium in Soweto for the second installment of the Gauteng Future Champions tournament.
It's part of a greater program called Gauteng is the Gateway to 2010. It's also part of a developmental program within our overall sport and recreation program called Building the Love for Football. And as part of our football development program, the Under 17 Cup has got 4 key areas. As our talent search is ongoing, we've got a huge talent search, and this year we went through the paces of 6,000 youngsters across the province in conjunction with SAFA. We also had a coaches program, and during this tournament this week we've got 50 youth coaches coming for international coaching, and then we had a Gauteng Cup to select our 4 teams to participate in this international. So this is part of an ongoing developmental program in searching for talent from the youth.
Ray Whelan, the managing director of Global Sports International, came up with this concept that is designed to give these 17-year-olds some international exposure before some of them hit the big time in the world's professional leagues.
One of the reasons why we picked under 17 as an age group was that that's almost the last year that youngsters are youngsters in football terms. By the time they're 18 or 19, they've either made it or they haven't.
Some of Gauteng's top development sides are included in the lineup. The idea is to expose them to international competition, always a great way to improve their skills.
Who can't like it? We want more of it. I know living at the end of the planet, it's very costly to bring teams here and very costly for us to go overseas. So in terms of finance, I'd like to thank the Gauteng government, obviously, but for us, for our kids, for international exposure, because we've been told we're not good, and yet we've beaten our Irish. Last year, we never lost to Brazil. We never lost to Boca Juniors of Argentina. We never lost to the Italians, although we only finished 4th, but they only beat us on a penalty shootout. So to say that you played the 3 best nations on the planet and they couldn't beat you under 17s, it's about time South Africans sat up and realized we are going somewhere.
One of the teams was from India, a country better known for cricket. They say that football is growing in popularity there.
Football is growing up very fast in India, and you will see the change next 5 to 10 years. Now I'm talking about thanks to EPL. Now new generation, age group of 6 to 15, they watch English League and they are very much passionate about football. It was happening 10 years back with the same in cricket, or you can say hockey is much lower level, but cricket. But now the thinking level is changing and the career option is also coming up, and the professional I-League started 3 years back, and a very competitive league. It started with 8 teams, now it's come to 14 leagues. Next year it will be 16 teams in I-League, and all English FIFA and AFC is very much interested to develop football in India because big population, big market, and a lot of scope there, and hope we will definitely play World Cup soon.
But the tournament was not only about football. The Gauteng Tourism Authority arranged a program so the lads could visit some of the province's best tourism sites and hopefully encourage more of their countrymen to visit Gauteng.
The Gauteng Future Champions, basically what it does, what it has already done is it has started the stage for 2010. It gives us a platform to start doing a number of dry runs, in terms of the bigger event. It has already started open in 2010, if you like. And I think most importantly, because it's the youth that are playing from all over the world, it would be very, very nice for that youth to experience Gauteng, and so that when they go back to their different countries, respective countries, they become ambassadors of Gauteng.
The Soccer City Stadium in Soweto is always going to be a magnet for football lovers all over the world. Although the delegation was not able to see the inside of the stadium, the players were just happy to be there.
It's a bit disappointing that we didn't get into the stadium, but looking at it, it looks great from the outside. So I say it's deadly on the inside. It would be deadly to play actually in the stadium. So I'd love to be in the World Cup and all.
Again, South Africa is mind-blowing, and the people you meet here is ridiculous. And just to see a whole nother side of culture, to see how the different sides and the different views of the world and how people communicate, how people act, how people live. It's just nice to see another side of culture. So it's experience and it's great.
But it was also about the African experience. For many of the youngsters, this is the closest they would ever get to Africa's big cats. even if they are just youngsters themselves.
It's fun because back in India we don't get the opportunity to see or play with lion cubs like how we're getting in South Africa, and what better place to see lions than South Africa itself.
There are plans for this tournament to remain a permanent fixture on the Gauteng sports calendar.
It's the second edition. It also has a third edition because we're looking post the World Cup, and we hope that this particular youngsters might not necessarily make the 2010 team, but definitely 2014 and beyond.